Let me turn this down. I'm sorry. I'm on the thumbnail. I'm that is a genuine laugh that you see me in that moment. And that doesn't happen often unless you spend a lot of time around me. People don't normally see me actually cackling and cutting up. I've been told that my laugh is fairly contagious. It also sounds like many different animals, I think, like squealing, not really pig ish, but hyena type of laugh. It's one of those. Um, so shout out to my homie, Aubrey. She invited me to, yo, my nigga James Gallon, what's cracking, dog? Uh, Aubrey invited me to this Clubhouse thing, invite only, apparently. And I found that out because when I was tweeting about the fact that I'm now in one of these chats, someone was like, "Hey man, can you invite me?" And I'm like, "What?" I didn't understand that it's invite only, or maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, you like listen and then you go in. I don't know what happened. Somehow I ended up talking to folks, made some new friends. Numbers are going up. It's all love though. But I will say this little chat room thing that I'm in right now, one of the moderators is stupid funny. So on the thumbnail, you see me laughing because I'm laughing at this nigga's jokes. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat. James, Lydia, what's cracking? Hope y'all doing all right. James, are you watching the Lakers versus Milwaukee right now? Y'all see me looking the other way, not at the cameras, because I'm looking at the damn TV. I'm watching Braun AD versus the Antetokounmpos. You know what's crazy? Oh my god! I just realized that all three of the Antetokounmpos are playing tonight. Well, maybe not playing, but all three of them play on these two respective teams. That's crazy. All three brothers from Greece in the NBA. This professional basketball. You know how hard it is to make it to the league. Oh my god! Only one of them is any good, but at the same time, it's still impressive that you made it over a bunch of people from the United States because you know every nigga in America thinks he can play basketball. All of them. They all like we all think that we can hoop. Every black dude you know is like, yeah, I was gonna go pro, but you know how they try to hold me down. You know, they don't want to let me do me, and that's why I didn't make it. Should I tell those stories weekly to people? Yeah, ah, injuries really held me back. Boy, stop. You didn't go pro because you wasn't good enough. I didn't go pro because I wasn't good enough. I'm also not 6'10. Some of these niggas are 6'10. People tell me all the time, oh my God, you're so tall. I'll be like, bro, I'm not even tall. 6'4" don't feel tall when you play basketball. And everybody around you is 6'7, 6'8, 6'9, 6'10. I'm like, y'all are tall for no reason. And some of these people, I'm like, how? You just a big ass bag of bones. Sorry as hell. But if you're 6'10, you're probably going to go to the NBA. I played an AAU game against a guy named Hashim the Beat. He went pro. He played at UConn. He went pro. I think OKC drafted him. Or the Sonics, whatever they were at the time. 7 feet tall. I couldn't believe it. He was sorry too. And you know what's crazy? The whole time when we're playing these games, I'm looking at some of the people on the team that he was on, and I'm like, these guys are probably going to get drafted. They will get opportunities to go pro, and I inevitably will not. And some of that was because I just was not tall enough. That's probably the one time ever that I've been like, damn, I'm not going to make it because I'm too small. And then you actually find out later in life that just because you really just wasn't that damn good. Left hand weak, you know. only getting to the rack one way. You know, it's like it's all the things add up. You don't hustle hard enough. Vertical leap is kind of low. You don't do the cone drill very well. It's tough out here. It's tough out here. Anyway, so I'm now on this app called Clubhouse. Is it an app? I don't know. This is crazy. I really still don't know what's going on. So I was invited to this. Now I'm meeting all these people. My phone is going crazy. They're all spazzing. I'm just adding people because you know why? Why not? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to even explain what is happening right now. But either way, I appreciate that people are following. They're liking the clips of the show. If you had not have an opportunity to go to my Instagram, that's what I'm now using that for. Is just clips of the show, pictures of the show, and everything for the show. I posted one meme today because people have been asking for the memes. When are you going to come back and give us the memes? I don't want to give y'all the memes anymore because I'm trying to do this. And I want y'all to F with this. The memes are cool, but F with this. And F with this Clubhouse app if you get invited, because apparently it's invite only, baby. This is crazy. Wait, they finna kick me out? Probably. I stay getting kicked out of stuff. But I low-key like that. I know some people will probably be like, what do you mean like getting kicked out of places? Well, I haven't been kicked out of anywhere in mad long. But I think about the times when I have been kicked out of places. It's not many places. The rec center, my father's house, my mother's house. And then I was kicked out of a bowling alley once. But only because they were about to close and they were worried that a fight was going to crack off. So they just asked us all to leave. We were leaving anyway, but technically in that moment, I was kicked out. We got more people joining as listeners. You know what? I'm about to go on to this and tell these people they need to join the show. Listen, James said bad knees and IBS will keep you down. So when James and I used to work together at MRE in Pensacola, Florida, which is, I don't want to say the name. James, if you want to type it in the chat, you can. I'm not going to say the name. We had a running joke because let's just face it. I always have stomach problems. Anybody who's ever shared a meal with me before knows that I like to put a lot of hot seasoning and spices, all that type of shit on my food. But then I'm somebody who will spend the next 7 to 24 days complaining about that specific meal and how it was too damn hot. And my stomach hurts a lot. So James used to tell everybody that I had IBS. That is irritable bowel syndrome. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but I do not have that. Just so we're clear. And you know what? James and I used to make pretty serious jokes. And then I actually read some horror stories of people who have IBS. And I consider it horror stories because I'm thinking like this. If I actually had that, and you're talking about where your stomach start when the doo-doo start boiling. You talking about if you're not close to a bathroom and anything can happen? Nah, bro. Nope, couldn't be me. So I will tell you one thing that I have done recently, and it's been hard. I've had to give up spicy food a little bit. And if you know me, again, you know that I don't actually use salt and pepper on food. I always just use Tony's. You put Tony's on everything, which is Creole seasoning, and it just covers everything. Don't tell me about Lowry's. Don't tell me about Granny seasoning, whatever these other little brands y'all be talking about. I don't care nothing about that. I just mess with Tony's. But I've had to cool out on that because Tony's be having my stomach hurting. We can't do that. So yeah, James used to walk around and tell anytime if Lisa would come on and be like, "Yo, you okay? You look like you might be feeling a little bit bad. Like, yo, my stomach hurts." And he'll be like, "Yeah, because you got IBS." And he'll walk around all day being nasty, making jokes about me needing to be close to a toilet. But he wasn't far off though. I just feel like naturally it's not a bad thing to want to be close to a toilet just in case. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like to eat. I'm not gonna apologize for that. And the body can only handle so much. So listen, if I gotta be close to a bathroom because I'm old as hell, then so be it. But anyway, but like I said, no, I do not have IBS. Again, when you hear stories from people who actually go through it, it actually sounds very devastating. I could not imagine just if you don't have access to a bathroom, it's over. And you know how people are. There's cameras everywhere. If you get caught out in public and you have relieved onto yourself, it's going right to the internet. Like, you won't be able to leave your home after some shit like that. So yeah, James, I had to give up the spicy food, bro, because I'm not about to end up on some video that even if it gets 10 million views, I'm not trying to get views because the doo-doo boiled up too much and then it erupted on me. I'm not finna do that. Okay? Wait, they kicking me out of here? Nope. They ain't kicked me out yet. Not yet, y'all. Anyway. So there was on this show previously, I've talked about how we thought it was very corny. The Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion thing, thought it was very corny. Tory Lanez, he makes songs about how he wants to love and appreciate women, especially black women. He talks about how he wants to, do all the things and da 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 da, and then he shot a girl, allegedly. Then apparently today there's some rumor that the charges have been dropped. And I guess it's all based off the fact that somebody went onto the Los Angeles Sheriff's County website or something like that to see, because obviously they post info about pending cases and all that. It's all public information. And then because the thing said no dates or something like that, people are like, oh my God, did Meg drop the charges on Tory? And then there are people who are like going crazy. I hope that's not true. I mean, I don't know. Like, we got to get to the bottom of it. But then instantly, obviously, people think that this whole shit was a setup. Like, how you gonna say buddy shot you? Then y'all gonna go through the whole shit, bang bang, and then blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I just want to drop these charges. But at the same time, I feel like if that was to be the case and that happened, that's not something that would actually surprise me, if I'm being completely honest. And it's just because sometimes people do shit like that. But based on the way Meg came out today to talk about it, it doesn't actually seem like any of that stuff is true. Maybe they just didn't post the information because maybe there's some way that if you got big time money, you can make some of that stuff private. I don't know if that's even a thing. Or maybe she did drop the charges and she just don't really want y'all to know about it right now. Who knows? Either way, people are going crazy. And then, what's extra crazy is that I seen where Des Bryant had tweeted out his support of Tory Lanez. And that people are now killing Des Bryant online. Black Twitter, of course, the greatest thing that's ever been created in the history of mankind besides 10 million other things. But Black Twitter, of course, is dragging him because within moments, somebody hit Des with a "this you." And the article was something from like 2012 back in Dallas. Maybe Des had a situation with family, something involving his mom. The headline or something said, mom's called the cops, said Des tried to threaten to kill her, something crazy like this. Anyway, Buddy put on there abusers recognize abusers, which I thought was so crazy. So then Des was trending. And I'm like, this is just so crazy. I'm not ever going to side with an abuser at all. But it sometimes is weird to me that we all get so invested in these situations with public figures, and we don't fucking know these people. I'm low-key not even this invested in my own family. But I've talked about this situation on my show several times over the last year. And so how can you not? It's hard to escape it. If Tory did that shit, he has to suffer consequences. If he didn't, then we gotta let it go. We gotta get off of it. I think there's something to be said about, when you think about today's events, you have to wonder, has any of this or has all of it been a publicity stunt up to this point? I don't know. It seemed like it really helped boost Meg's career. And it also makes me wonder how real the stuff was when you have people, other stars and celebrities who will openly support Tory, which in normal circumstances, when you find out somebody does some foul shit like that, most people distance themselves completely. And we're talking about any type of like what we deem as like, horrible stuff, what, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some examples, man, because you gotta think people do this crazy stuff all the time. I mean, I would say, okay, if you think about something crazy and serious, when we think of guys who get called out for being involved with, underage women when they're public figures, they poof, disappear, never to be heard from usually again. Like a Chris D'Elia. When's the last time you heard from Chris D'Elia? I feel like shooting a person it's like that same, it's like up there, because like that can really go south to where a person can lose their life. So that's up there with major crimes and shit like that. But like Tory not canceled like that. So like, do people actually believe that he did that shit? It has to make you wonder, right? Maybe it's just all for pub. This is crazy. Oh, they in here going in. Oh my God. I just wish y'all could have gotten an invite to this. Let me not let the Clubhouse fame go to my head. It was hard work to get here. I had to follow a lot of people, but it was all worth it. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, one thing I've always said is we wanted to bring more people to the shows. We want more people to see the content and add their opinions, talk into the chat and do all these things. What better way to do that than to go in and just start interacting with it? It's just networking. Literally, I checked in, told people, hey, man, this stuff is working. It's cool, man. Got the show page. Y'all check it out. Boom, boom, boom. And now people are looking. Why not? All right, man, it's been fun, but I'm out of here. I'll see y'all dusty asses tomorrow.